A very good day to you. I'm Hank Gross, MidHudsonNews.com. It's Friday, January 13th. The news today brought to you by the Galleria at Crystal Run. The Sullivan County Land Bank Board has approved a short-term lease with two Monticello men who plan on developing a black library in the old Key Bank building on Broadway in Monticello. Douglas Schindler and Michael Davis are program co-directors working under the aegis of the Hurleyville Performing Arts Center. The Land Bank plans on eventually selling the building to Rupco, says board chairwoman Freda Eisenberg.
We're collaborating on, grant seeking with them. And so in terms of a permanent home for the Black Library, they went to speak to Rupco directly about a long-term lease. And what they were speaking to the Land Bank about was getting in sooner because, any rehabilitation, is probably a bit of a ways out.
The program directors plan to offer a collection of books as well as have artist and meeting space. The grandson of Councilman Omari Shakur has failed out on the Westchester County Career Firefighter Academy for the second time. Raquan Bryant was originally hired as a Newburgh City firefighter on March 11th of last year. He was sent to the required fire academy on March 15th. He flunked out of the 17-week academy about a month into last year, yet the city kept him on the payroll at full salary, even though he was barred from responding to fires. Rather than terminate Bryant after he flunked out the first time, city manager Todd Venning kept him on the books, paying him a $42,000 annual salary. Despite not being able to perform the work for which he was paid, Bryant was still considered a firefighter. City officials told Mid-Hudson News last year that Bryant was doing tasks in the firehouse and studying so he could attend the fire academy last fall. He was essentially getting paid to study for classes that he already failed. Bryant is reported to have returned to Westchester to the academy in this past fall for a second attempt. He was slated to graduate in mid-January, but he had once again been cut from the roster. As a result, Venning terminated his employment after flunking out the second time. It's halfway finished, but when a $32 million sewer project is completed in the city of Newburgh, it will lessen the discharge flow into the Hudson River and strengthen development efforts on a bluff overlooking the waterfront. This is the largest sewer project the city has undertaken in decades, said Jason Morris, the city's engineer.
It's designed to improve the water quality of the Hudson River.
A 50-foot deep shaft has been dug on Colden Street, just north of SUNY Orange's parking garage, to launch a remote-controlled boring machine, which will tunnel through for a new sewer system. The project is expected to be completed in the summer of 2024. More news right after this.
Find over 100 retailers allowing you to spend hours shopping safely at the Galleria at Crystal Run. Enjoy the big brands and the diverse selection of family-owned stores all in one location. The Galleria at Crystal Run offers dining options for everyone with Fuji, 110 Grill, Allen's Mediterranean Grill, and Peru Cuisine. Discover the Mid-Hudson Valley's premier shopping, dining, and entertainment destination, the Galleria at Crystal Run. For more information, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or visit GalleriaCrystalRun.com.
U.S. Senator Charles Schumer plans on offering an olive branch to newly elected House Speaker Kevin McCarthy in an effort to keep the federal government operating smoothly. While at West Point, the Senate Majority Leader said he realizes both houses won't agree on everything.
I am going to reach out to Speaker McCarthy and say, look, let's work together in a bipartisan way and get things done. Last year, we had the most successful Senate in decades. And in fact, we got a very good increase in the military budget and in the non-military budget. And 6 of our 7 bills, including the funding bill in the end of the year, the omnibus, which it's called, were done bipartisan.
Schumer says he realizes not every issue will be agreed upon by the Democrat-controlled Senate and the Republican-controlled House, but there are things that we can be agreeing upon and get things done, he said. The Poughkeepsie murder trial of William Billy Dickey resumed on Thursday. He's accused of murdering Danielle DeStefano on January 22, 2022 in Rhinebeck. The 35-year-old DeStefano died, according to Dutchess County Medical Examiner's office, after Dickey ran the victim over with a van, breaking her pelvis and causing severe internal bleeding. Assistant Medical Examiner Dr. Kia Newman took the stand and explained the autopsy process to the jurors and explained the extent of the injuries DeStefano sustained. State police Thursday identified the man that a Putnam County deputy sheriff shot and killed as 34-year-old Christopher Torres of Carmel. He was shot on Tuesday when police responded to a domestic violence incident that began in the town of Kent. Deputies and Kent police located Tourism and the woman he had stabbed several times in the town of Southeast. He was armed with a knife when the deputies shot him to death. The female victim was taken to the hospital where on Tuesday she was listed in critical condition. A man staying at the inn at Monticello in the Village has been arrested following execution of a no-knock search warrant executed on Wednesday. Acting Sullivan County District Attorney Brian Conity said on Thursday, Lido Solis was found in possession of more than 8 ounces of crack cocaine and 6 ounces of fentanyl. He was charged with felony criminal possession of a controlled substance with intent to sell, as well as other crimes. He was remanded to the Sullivan County Jail without bail. I'm Hank Gross, MidHudsonNews.com. The news today brought to you by the Galleria at Crystal Run.